Okay, Brian, here's some full Nelson techniques. So we're gonna start with, Jason is gonna grab me like I'm talking to somebody maybe, and he's gonna wrap his arms under my arms. Oh, he's going the wrong way. So he's gonna go under my arms, then grab the back of my neck. Now, if he lines his hands up towards the top of my head, he can really crank on my neck, and this is very difficult to fight once somebody big and strong has got you. So if you feel this ahead of time, pinching your elbows down and looking up and watching those, keep those hands away from your face, that can be one of the first things that you do. And then from here you can start to throw elbows, headbutts, heel hooks, stomps, finger peels, and work your way out of it. Well, this technique is designed for a much more aggressive full Nelson. So aggressive that he actually folds me forward. So when that happens, I want to immediately put my wrist on my forehead and either S grip or gable grip, mitten grip, okay? Gable grip, thumbs are on the same side as the fingers, and then S grip. Any one of these. A lot of times on this one I use the S grip, like this. And what it does is when he pushes me forward, it braces my neck. It gives me better structure. I then base out to the side a little bit, and this is tricky. Sometimes it takes several small moves, but I'm going to work my way so I can get into what I call the samurai sit position, because if I sit down and leverage back. Now from here, I'm going to, in this case, because Jason's big, I would probably clear and do the B version. Elbow, and then just like hammer fist and push him away. That's the B version, B for break out of it. But the A version is called lifting twirl for a reason. Jason gets to go for a little free Silver Dollar City ride here. So I'm gonna come over here, and when I step around, I'm gonna bend forward, that's where he's forcing me anyway, and I'm gonna slap his groin as hard as I can. Maybe we can grab and squeeze. Then I see his feet are fairly close together, so I go at the knees and I hog tie him. Hold on to me, Jason. And then you look up and you pick him up. Now I could just dump him here, but if he was a little bit lighter, this is the twirl part, and you let him go. He's a bigger guy, so I just based out, and I lifted up, and I dumped him, okay? If he's too big to pick up that way, you can just hang on and lean on him. But if that isn't working, like, man, this guy's big and strong, I just come right back out, and I go back to B. So A is step, step behind, slap, pick up with a straight back, lift your opponent off the ground. They'll have to be holding your shoulder, otherwise they get dumped. If they're still holding, you take 1, 2 steps, and lifting twirl becomes hurling your opponent into whatever object is nearby. The C version is pretty cool. This is similar to that first little thing I talked to you about, bracing and looking up. You know, it's something that you can do. You can brace here too. But this one's interesting. You feel like, hey, he's not got a super strong grip on me. He's not forcing me. So I'm going to grab his head. And I'm going to find, oh, he's got a little bit of hair. So I'm going to get his chin. And I'm grabbing his chin with a C grip deep. I'm grabbing the top of his head. And I'm going to make him look at the ceiling. I'm going to press. And as I press, he's going to roll with it. He really makes, Jason doesn't know these techniques, which is kind of cool. And even though he's not being a jerk and fighting me, he doesn't know where I'm trying to get him to go. I have never done that maneuver that way before. I love it. I came up with something weird. I'm going to show you. Normally, Jason's big, strong, thick neck dude. When I do this, I'll just put people right on the ground. Jason's like, man, you're going to have to work harder. So I got to here, and I was like, man, I don't have any leverage. So I put my head in there, and I used my head to take him down with his head. I've never done that before. It was kind of fun. All right, thank you. Anyway, the C version is grab the guy by the chin, top of the head, try to twist him off. If it doesn't work, go back to B, go back to A, strike, and do everything that we talked about. So that is your lifting whirl A, right? The pickup and spin, okay? With the variation of you dump him instead of spinning. B, oh, he's too heavy, so I'm gonna come up, elbow, hammer fist, and maybe a thrust, and just push off. I've got my left foot turned into his knee too, so if he falls into it, I don't want to point my foot parallel to his strong line, because if he falls, he'll take my knee out and we'll both go down. So I want to put my knee, just like you do to your friends in grade school, you're standing in line, you hit the back of their knee. When you step behind the guy, you want to angle your knee a little bit so it's braced. So maybe not this way, a little bit more this way. Bracing angle leg check. Then you can come up with the elbow. Hit the groin again, you know, hammer, whatever, just start fighting. That's B. And then C is maybe you feel like there's a weaker opponent and you can just neck twist takedown. Okay? So, wow, 5 minutes on one technique. I need to condense my stuff. I talk too much. Hey, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.